Welcome to OpenClinica Investigators Video Tutorial by Syntax for Science. This tutorial will introduce you to the basics of data entry and data management in clinical studies using this software. The first thing you need to access OpenClinica is a computer with an internet connection. OpenClinica has been carefully validated for Mozilla Firefox. If your study has already been activated, you will have received an email with your authentication data. The email will contain the following information: the web address or URL, your username, and your temporary password. Click on the URL or copy and paste it into your browser to access the login page. Once you get there, type in your username and password and click on Login. The first time you access OpenClinica, you will be requested to change your password. Type in the old password and then the new one, which must contain at least 8 characters, including both letters and numbers. OpenClinica takes security very seriously. If you ever forget your password, the system will allow you to get a new one. Nevertheless, you will have to answer the password recovery challenge, as you can see here. Write something that you won't forget, like, for example, your favorite pet, in my case, the dog, and click on Change Password. Excellent! We successfully logged in. This page is called the home page, and it is one of the most important pages in OpenClinica. So let's spend some time here. We have 5 relevant sections that are worth to highlight on this page: the sidebar, the top of the page, the navigation bar, the notifications bar, and the subject matrix. In the sidebar, there are 4 tabs. In the first one, we will get any alert or message relevant to what we are doing from the system. Then we have a second tab with brief instructions about what we can do on this page. Below this, we get general information about the study. And finally, something very useful, a legend summarizing the meaning of the icons that we find within the subject matrix. On the top of the page, we have the name of the study and the site you belong to, a link to change the study or site if you have access to other studies or sites, a link to get access and update your personal data and password, and finally, a link to log out the system. Beneath, we have the navigation bar with some important links: one to open the subject matrix, one to add a new subject, and another one to manage any notes or discrepancies. We will review these options very carefully soon. In the notification bar, we will be informed whenever we have any queries assigned to us from the monitors or data management. The subject matrix provides detailed information about the status of data entry for each subject and event. The matrix presents one row for each subject, as you can see here: the subjects 1001, 1002 and 1003. Then, it contains one column for each event or visit. We have an inclusion visit, follow-up visits at months 3 and 6, the end of study visit, an event for tracking information about unplanned visits, one for prior or concomitant medications, and finally, one to track adverse events. In the content of the matrix, we have a series of icons indicating the status of the different events. For example, this small light blue icon indicates that the visit has not yet been scheduled, whereas the darker blue icon with a small clock inside indicates a scheduled visit. The orange icon means that the data entry has been started, and the green ticked icon indicates that the data entry has been completed. Finally, the icon with a small stamp indicates that the subject data has been verified and signed off by the investigator. As commented previously, you can find a legend with the meaning of these and other icons on the sidebar. The last column of the subject matrix contains the actions that are allowed for the subjects. Rest the cursor over the icon to get information about what you can do with each icon. For example, view the subject data, remove it, or sign it off. There are 5 tasks that we'll need to complete in most of the studies. 1. Create new subjects. 2. Schedule events. 3. Enter subject data. 4. Validate the data, resolving any issues that might arise during data entry. And finally, 5. Sign off events. Most of the mentioned tasks can be performed in multiple ways. This provides a lot of flexibility and quick access to many actions, but might be a bit confusing at the beginning. In this tutorial, we will show you some of our preferred ways to conduct tasks. Of course, you can always try other pathways and assess which is your favorite as you get more experienced. You will be able to identify which way you feel more comfortable with, so you can get the most from OpenClinica.